And that's what's cool, like with what we've created, we can directly attribute like having fun within our business to making more money. Rob, what's the funniest thing you've done lately?
Ooh, funniest thing I've done. I do a lot of funny things.
You know what I like when you do what you do? When you call someone out on our team in a very specific way, in a serious tone.
Oh.
And all the attention's on them all of a sudden in the meeting. And then you're like, nah, I'm just messing with you. But they think it's serious. And everyone's like, oh, is Robbie getting someone in trouble right now? But you're not. You're just having a little fun with them.
I wish I had an example of that.
Yeah, it just happens, though.
I know I do it, and it is one of those things that just happens.
Yeah.
But I can't think of an example.
It's like when I called one of our employees' brother, and I told him that I fired him, and I was like, are you still down to work with us? How committed are you? And he's like, oh yeah, dude, everything's totally cool with me. Like, I'm loyal to you guys. But what I revealed was disloyalty to his own brother. I'm just kidding. But that did happen, and then I told him, I'm like, dude, I'm totally messing with you. He's like, oh my gosh, you're a total jerk. But what's sick is now he has that same sense of humor back to me. So he'll call me and be like, dude, something terrible just happened with a client. I'm like, oh no, what? It's like, no, I'm just messing with you.
Dude, I hate that because I'll tell you what I like about you. What I like/hate is occasionally there's an email thread. You know, it's me, it's Daniel, it's our head of business development, Patrick. Maybe we're working on a strategic deal with somebody. And we got a proposal out there.
I know where you're going.
So we got this proposal out there, got sent over through email, and hadn't heard much back from the other party. And so Patrick sends a follow-up email, hey, checking in, seeing how things are going. We get the response back, simple reply to all. It's like, yeah, we still got it. We're just kind of running over some things.
Yeah.
Have a few things to think about. Next day, I get into the office, open up my email, and it says, Daniel, Patrick, Robbie, undisclosed person's name. And it's Daniel. One sentence. What the is there to think about? Question mark. And dude, my whole stomach hit the top of my pelvis. And my face went white, and I was like, oh my gosh, what did Daniel said? And then I see he excluded that one person from the reply also. It just went to me, you, and Patrick, but that person's name still showed up in my inbox for the unread message. Dude.
The sick part about that, though, the reason it scared you is because I've done that same thing, but it's only sent to the prospect. And then our team, I'm like waiting for the team to laugh.
No one's getting my joke.
And they're like, I never saw that email from you. And then I see it sent directly to the client. I'm
Dude.
like, oh no, I took my fun too far there. But then what do I do, Rob? What do? I laugh it off.
You laugh it off, clean up the mess, do whatever you got to do.
Then do it again.
There's some fun things that happen.
There is. And this is a great segue. What are we chatting
Today we're
about?
talking, the title of today is...
Yeah, let's get title with it.
Have fun, make money.
Such a beautiful title.
So here's the thing. You might think, why do I need to have fun if I'm looking to grow my business? That seems unimportant. When you do a study of amateurs versus champions, one thing you'll find is that champions, obviously, they choose a career path that encompasses their talents, their skills, their passions. But when you look a step further, they're also in areas that they deeply, deeply enjoy.
Yeah.
Whereas amateurs, their line of work is something that they don't really care about.
Totally.
Maybe they even hate their job, so they hate their job. which is kind of what creates that gap in the first place between somebody being a champion and somebody being an amateur. We're talking about high performers here. Mm-hmm. This could be athletics, this could be business, this could be anything high achieving. Yeah. We find that the high achievers, the champions, have a deep sense of joy and a deep sense of fun around what they actually do.
Imagine waking up, though, in the morning. What's going to give you energy? Something that's draining, not fun to look forward to for the day? Or where you're like waking up, you have this instant energy when you're like, I'm just going to have fun today. I'm going to go in. I love what I'm doing, and I'm going to make it fun. But here's what's crazy is fun can be a choice, because even the mundane things you can make fun. Even if every aspect of your job or your business isn't fun, I think there's little things like sense of humor and things you can do to actually make those things fun that give you an energy and advantage even over your competition.
You know what someone on our team recommended, like, hey, every time we break a record, I just wish there was a gong we could ring on the team. We're going to have to get a gong.
We're going to have to get a virtual gong.
Yeah, but dude, you know, a funny joke, a little prank here and there. You know someone who has fun and who's wildly successful is Chubby's.
Yep, that's a great e-commerce example.
I love their marketing.
So good. And what are they doing?
Just because I love watching them have fun, and I see that, and I'm enjoying it with them.
Yeah, and you know how bad I want a pair of those little shorts when I'm seeing what they're doing
Bro.
in them? I'm like, am I going to have that much fun?
Yeah, and we're in Alaska. We don't even wear shorts that often.
But I'll grab some.
I'll grab some just because they're that fun.
It's an environment of fun. But what we've noticed too within our own culture is when there's big problems that arise, approaching it with fun and sense of humor diminishes the actual problem and kind of creates this low stakes environment for the team.
Yeah.
And I think that's so important because a lot of people take things way too seriously and they're like, oh no, that's going to end us, or that's going to have this massive negative effect or whatever. But if you're like, whatever, and like even crack jokes around the subject.
Yeah, or
lighten that atmosphere up.
Dude, so one time, one of our salespeople came to us, had just the worst week, just a dry spell. And, he came from a high stakes environment, from a company who's like, if you don't hit your sales quota, like your head's on the chopping block kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And so he's like, dude, this is the biggest slump I've been in my entire career. Like, I need to figure something out. He's like apologizing to me and Dan. He's like, I'm going to get on this call and I'm going to close him. And our response back to it was like, you know what? You know what's going to happen even if you don't? You know what I'm going to say to you, Matthew? Or
oops, sorry for revealing your name, Matthew.
I'm going to say, ha ha. Dude, and then he's like, okay, this is not as big of a deal as I want. Like, so what? We lost a deal. We're still on pace to do what we came here to do.
He didn't say deal, though. He said dill.
Oh, yeah, that's one thing fun about Matthew. He
says dill.
Where's he from where he would pronounce it? I don't
know what his accent is, honestly, but
I wonder if it sounds just as weird where he's from as it does to us. Because he's always, guys, so he calls a deal a dill.
Yeah, we're actually going to get t-shirts made. Just showing you our fun culture. We're getting t-shirts made for the sales team that says, just closed a dill. And we might have a dill pickle on it or something.
Dude, I remember the first time I heard him say that, and then he kept saying it more and more, and I just could not ignore it.
I'm like, dude, it's not you. No one can ignore that.
Is he saying dill right now? He's like, bro, hey guys, we got a couple dills on the line, and like dead serious, like that's straight up how he pronounces deal.
Yeah, it's not a joke.
So,
but we have fun with it, anyways.
It's not a joke. It's a very serious thing, but it is fun.
But I like that story of how he thought it was this massive high stakes thing. We brought some humor and fun into it, and I think it took a lot of pressure off of him and actually helped him perform. Just that one little like ha-ha moment.
Yeah, and now like that was when he was a little bit newer to the team, but like I'd say our sales team, we really have almost like we're almost picking on each other the way that like brothers would be picking on each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
Like your little brother, you're making fun of him for screwing up or something. You know, that's a much different story than punishing somebody for that. And again, we have KPIs. We have certain things we're trying to hit. But more often than not, if you can zoom out, like having a little fun, giving people a little grace, having a good sense of humor, you're going to find that you're still on target to hit what you're hitting.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, we have accountability, stuff like that. But
let's talk about this, Rob. There's something crazy about bigger brands sometimes and their complete lack of having fun. It's more like they're all competitive.
It's disgusting.
Like we worked with multiple big brands, right? And we see this dynamic where they're all competing against each other.
Dude, and the whole conversation is about who's like alpha male.
Yeah, they're just trying to flex on the phone the whole time of like whose idea this was to like make them money. I'm like, dude, who cares who thought of it? Let's just do it and make you guys more money and not tie like personal like self-worth to it.
Yeah.
But it puts us in a weird position because we're like kind of listening on the outside of their culture of them like flexing on each other. But we're like, dude, that seems like the worst environment to create.
Well, what's crazy is it's like personal recognition over achieving the objective.
Yeah.
So we have this goal. We have goals we set with our clients. We're trying to hit a certain amount of new purchases, revenue, whatever.
Totally.
And, you know, we could maybe be making a ton of progress on this. But then sometimes when we're working with people who are feeling insecure, who are not having fun in their environment, the conversation changes very very
quackly,
very quickly to things that don't matter at all.
Yeah,
like straight up, like I forget.
And I think these companies think
you know what I mean?
That's the environment they have to create success. But
yeah,
let's look at a CEO like Bob Iger, used to be the CEO of Disney. Does he have fun?
He has a lot of fun.
He has fun. He's joking around with people. He's really good at negotiating deals in a fun, lighthearted way. But
dude, he's a straight shooter. He's not gonna water down his humor.
No.
And he's not gonna try and paint this. He's not gonna try and do anything weird when he's approaching a deal. He lays it on the table. He's allowed to smile. He's allowed to have fun. His employees are allowed to have fun.
He's allowed to make a joke to Nance down the table, and she thinks it's funny because he's created that environment, right?
Yeah. So, okay, let's shift gears here. What's interesting is that you can't make money and you can't have fun unless you choose to. But me, growing up in conservative Christian circles, there's a lot of internal rules inside me that say I'm not allowed to do either of those.
Yeah, I bet that goes for a lot of people. You can't have fun, first of all, and you definitely can't make money.
So it
wasn't that bad for us, but
it's worth examining though, because it could be something very, very small. And again, identifying a belief system, identifying a problem, an internal operating procedure that's like built into your psyche, identifying it only gives it the weight that it's actually worth. So like if you can look at it, you can examine it, you can say, okay, this is a big deal, or yeah, this is why I believe this is why it's important to me. But if it's like, for example, one time you heard in church that like, what's something you hear in church that would not make you want to go make money?
You should be poor and serve your whole life. I don't know, dude. It's just this stigma around money in general, I feel like, growing up in that environment where
or just that people who have money are greedy.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just not the case.
It's just not the case because a lot of people with resources are the people doing the best things in the world and helping out the most people and serving to the greatest of their ability. They have a ton of purpose behind what they're doing. And it's not constrained to, what one person may think that should look like. What's awesome is when your business, your service, your products actually serves the purpose that gets you to wake up in the morning. You know what I mean?
Totally. And that's what's cool. Like with what we've created, we can directly attribute like having fun within our business to making more money. Yeah. That's where this all kind of comes together because it's helped us create a stronger culture, low stakes environment. If problems do happen, we're able to kind of laugh it off, have a sense of humor around it to where it actually diminishes how big we see those problems. And so like I see it in all these different areas of our business and how it's like totally affected it.
Dude, and for me it's stamina. I will never burn out because this is the funnest thing I can do.
You have so much stamina, Rob.
Bro, I'm not going to burn out because I'm just having so much fun.
I love that.
So if you can get to that place, it's a very powerful thing. It's a very powerful tool.
Yeah.
For growing your business.
Yeah. Guys, you heard it. You heard it from Rob himself. I want you guys to lighten up a little bit, have fun in your business, and make more money.